Namaste friends. In the past, I made videos about some inauspicious conjunctions of planets. Today I want to make a video about an upcoming very auspicious conjunction of planets. It is Jupiter-Venus conjunction. What is a conjunction? If two planets are very close, that's called conjunction. And when they are exactly close, that's even better. And the perfect conjunction of Jupiter and Venus happens on April 30. And they are close enough to each other between April 21 and May 9. And this happens once every year or so. Jupiter takes 12 years to go around the zodiac and Venus takes roughly 1 year. So every year Venus catches up with Jupiter. But this year is very special because it happens in Meena Rasi, Pisces. And that happens to be own sign of Jupiter and exaltation sign or Ucha Rasi of Venus. So both the planets are very strong. They're very happy being in Meena. So this is a very, very special conjunction. This occurs once every 12 years. So what does Jupiter and Venus show? Jupiter, he personifies the wisdom within us. I mentioned earlier that all planets are personifications or murti bhavas of various aspects of our consciousness. And in that manner, Brihaspati or Jupiter or Guru, he is a personification of the wisdom within us. He stands for intellect, dhisekti, judgment, discretion, knowing right from wrong. All those qualities are shown by Jupiter. And he also shows in a society, he shows wise people, people who are guiding others, idealistic teachers, etc. And Venus, Shukracharya, he personifies the spirit of enjoying things, happiness within us. He stands for joy, comforts, luxuries, peace, creativity, etc. And don't be fooled into thinking that he stands only for material happiness. The joy he stands for includes material as well as spiritual happiness, spiritual enjoyment. And he shows entertainers, peacemakers, practical teachers, very grounded and practical teachers, etc. in a society. Both of them are really teachers. Both of them are very wise men, very great teachers. Oh, by the way, one small note. Shukracharya, Venus, is actually the guru of Jupiter himself. Jupiter learnt from Shukracharya. And there is actually a story. Not only is he the teacher of Jupiter, he is also the teacher of Jupiter's son. After Jupiter learnt from Venus, Shukracharya did, I think, tapas for Lord Shiva for 10,000 years, and he got Mrita Sanjeevani mantra, which means a mantra that makes the dead alive. So Brihaspati wanted that mantra, so he sent his son to Shukracharya. He became his student and he actually managed to learn the mantra. In any case, we don't know Mrita Sanjeevani mantra today, it is lost. But it is supposed to be a variation of the Mrityunjay mantra that people know today. So as I said earlier, both of them are gurus. Jupiter or Brihaspati is also known as Suraguru or Devaguru. He is the teacher of gods and he is very sattvic in nature. And Venus or Shukracharya, he is known as Asuraguru or Daityaguru. Basically that means teacher of demons, of Rakshasas. He is Rajasic in nature. And one small note here is, I want to talk about the esoteric meaning of this. As I said in the past, gods or devatas are personifications of various good qualities within us, various strengths within us. And demons or rakshasas are personifications of various weaknesses within us, various problems or undesirable qualities within us. So desirable qualities and undesirable qualities are represented by gods and demons. And Jupiter, he is the teacher of gods and he is always working for the upliftment and victory of gods. And what does it mean? The intelligence, the intellect, the dhisekti, the wisdom, the judgment, discretion within us is always working for the victory of good qualities within us. If we do something bad, the conscience within us will tell you, no, that's bad, don't do that. So that conscience or conscience or discretion or judgment or wisdom is basically Brihaspati. So that is why he is always working for the victory of gods. And what about Shukracharya? He is grounded. He realizes that not everybody can be perfect. So he wants to be accessible. He wants even demons to be the best that they can be. So you can't transform them into gods, but you can keep them under control. Let me give an example. Suppose I have a weakness. Suppose somebody has this bad quality within him that that makes him want to kill people, let's say, or do some nasty things to people. So instead of actually doing it, if he's watching a movie or if he's watching a show where that is happening and it gives him happiness, that bad quality within him is satisfied, but it's not causing too much harm. So like that, he stands for various enjoyments. So you are enjoying things, and those enjoyments will keep the bad in you under control, so that it doesn't go out of control and do a lot of harm. So that is what Shukracharya stands for. Now, what is the importance of this conjunction? Well, both of them are Somya Grahas. They are very gentle planets. One small note for astrologers here. In modern English language texts on astrology, translators use the word benefic and malefic. Natural benefic, natural malefic, or functional benefic, functional malefic. But the thing is, Parashara used the word Soumya and Krura, Shubha and Papa. Shubha and Papa Grahas are auspicious and inauspicious planets for a particular Lagna, rising sign. And Soumya and Krura are inherently, the English words are natural benefic and natural malefic, but those are really bad translations. Soumya and Krura doesn't mean benefic or malefic. It means gentle and cruel. Mars and Saturn are cruel planets, but they can be good for you based on your Lagna. And Jupiter and Venus are Soumya Grahas. They are gentle planets. So this conjunction is important because this is happening between two really gentle and soft-natured planets. And two positive and gentle forces are coming together. So it shows the coming together of wisdom, clarity, and joy and happiness. So it's a very auspicious thing. It can sow seeds for long-term peace and well-being. And one thing to note is there can be some tension between the idealism represented by Devaguru Brihaspati and pragmatism represented by Asuraguru Shukracharya. So that is one small caveat there. But in general, this is a very auspicious conjunction, and this can bring peace and auspicious things in the world. And for individuals, this can trigger, if the conjunction is happening, it is happening, by the way, at the beginning of Meena Rasi. So if there are any key planets or key houses or some sensitive points in the natal horoscope, either Rashi chart or Navamsa, Dasamsa, Vimsamsa, etc., then those points can be triggered, and some auspicious events relating to what those sensitive points show in your chart can happen within a few weeks before or after the event, a month before or after this. And in general, because this is auspicious, there can be clarity, peace, comfort, happiness, etc. So it depends on your Rashi, your moon sign. Suppose your moon sign is Cancer. This is in the 9th house. So you can get some good guidance or some great blessings from gurus can come to you. Suppose your Kumbha Rasi, then this is in the 2nd house of wealth. So there can be some financial, some good results in the financial matters. Like that, basically, you can suppose it is Dhanu Rasi, then it is in the 4th house. So there can be some comfort and happiness and peace, etc. And one important point to note is this is an excellent time for new undertaking. So if you want a muhurta for doing some important work, especially dharmic work, but not necessarily only dharmic work, if you want to do something new, this is an excellent time for undertakings. And particularly, I think Karka Lagna and Kanya Lagna are very auspicious. For Karka Lagna, Jupiter and Venus are 9th Lord and 4th Lord in the 9th house. And for Kanya Lagna, it is 7th Lord, 4th Lord and 9th Lord together again. So if you can pick a muhurta with Kanya Lagna or Karka Lagna around that date, it will be auspicious. And actually, I am doing something around that time. I am holding a Homa workshop on April 30 and May 1st. In Washington DC, the capital of United States. I and Swami Sadasivam, the head priest of Kalikambal temple in Chennai, the famous temple that was visited by Shivaji, where Samat Ramadas sent Shivaji to worship the Divine Mother before a major war. He is the head priest of the temple and somebody who is very dear to me. So we will be holding a Homa workshop, and the idea is on April 30, I'll be doing a mass Homa where people can chant along with me and they can meditate by the fire. So I'll be doing a Homa there, and there can be other participants. And on May 1, we'll be teaching how to do Homa, a very simple procedure. And the goal is, by the end of the workshop, by the end of the day, people should be comfortable to do the Homa by themselves. So, and by the way, for this event, I picked Karkalagna, Cancer Ascendant. And we will try to record it and put it on my YouTube channel, or maybe if possible even stream it live on April 30 or May 1. So you can check my YouTube channel for more. Okay, so what are the remedies? What are the best prayers for these planets? Just like in the case of other planets, the 108 name prayer, the Ashtottara Satanama Stotra of the corresponding planet is very auspicious. So you can do both, or if one of the planets is particularly good for you, you can pick that planet. And I will later chant these, but first I want to chant some simple slokas given by Vyasa Maharshi, but after that I will chant them, and I will use this website. This website has text. There are some errors, but still it is pretty good. Now the simple slokas given by Maharshi Vedavyasa. First for Brihaspati, Guru. Om Devanam cha Rishinam cha Om Devanam cha Rishinam cha Gurum Kanchana Sannibham Buddhibhutam Trilokesam Tam Namami Brihaspatim. For Shukracharya. Om Himakundamranalabham Daityanam Paramam Gurum Sarvasastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham. Now I will go to the 108 name prayers of both the planets. First let us... Okay, so I'm using this website, stotram.co.in, and scroll down to Navagraha. So I will click on Guru Graha. I will also proactively click on Shukra Graha for next. First go to Guru Graha, Ashtottara Nama Stotram. I'll do the same here. Keep it ready. Okay. There are multiple sources. I'll just click the text link from sanskritdocuments.org. You can download PDF also. There are some errors. I'll try to correct them, but you can chant along. If you have the text from this website or elsewhere, you can read by yourself. Otherwise, you can just listen. And as per Shastras, listening is as effective as chanting, as long as your mind is focused on it. It is effective. As a matter of fact, listening attentively is better than chanting mechanically. Okay, so let me chant the 108 name prayer of Jupiter, Guru Graha. Om Gurur Gunavaro Gopta Gocharo Gopati Priyah Guni Gunavatam Sreshto Gurunam Gururavyayah Jeta Jayanto Jayado Jivo Nanto Jayavah Angirasodhvara Saktah Viviktodhvara Krutparah Vachaspatirvasivasyo Varishto Vagvichakshanah Chitta Shuddhikara Sriman Chaitra Sikhandijah Brihadratho Brihadbhanuh Brihaspatiravishtadah Suracharya Surarajyah Surakarya Hitankarah Girvana Poshako Dhanyo Gishpatir Girisho Nagah Dhivaro Dhishano Divya Bhushano Deva Pujitah Dhanurdharo Daityahanta Dayasaro Dayakarah Daridyanashako Dhanyo Dakshinayana Sambhavah Dhanurminadhipo Devo Dhanurbanadharo Harihi Angirasabda Sanjato Angirasakulodbhavah Sindhu Desyadhipo Dhiman Swarna Varnas Chaturbhujah Hemangado Hemavapur Hema Bhushana Bhushitah Pushyanatha Pushyaraga Manimandala Manditah Kasya Pushpa Samanabha Kalidosha Nivarakah Indradidevo Devesho Devatabhishtadayakah Asamana Balasatva Guna Sampad Vibhasurah Bhusurabhishtado Bhuriyasah Punya Vivardhanah Dharma Rupo Dhanajhaksho Dhanado Dharma Palanah Sarva Vedartha Tatvagnah Sarva Padvinivarakah Sarva Papa Prasamanah Swamatanugatamaraha Rigveda Parago Raksha Rasi Marga Pracharakah Sadanandah Satyasandah सत्यसङ्कल्पमानसः सर्वागमज्ञः सर्वज्ञः सर्ववेदान्तविद्वरः ब्रह्मपुत्रो ब्राह्मणेशो ब्रह्मविद्याविशारदः समानाधिकनिर्मुक्तः सर्वलोकवशंवदः ससुरासुरगन्धर्ववन्दितः सत्यभाषणः नमः सुरेन्द्रवन्द्याय देवाचार्याय ते नमः नमस्तेऽनन्तसामर्थ्य वेदसिद्धान्तपारग सदानन्द नमस्तेऽस्तु नमः पीडाहराय च नमो वाचस्पते तुभ्यं नमस्ते पीतवाससे नमो द्वितीयरूपाय लम्बकूट्याय ते नमः नमः प्रहृष्टनेत्राय विप्राणां पतये नमः नमो भार्गवशिष्याय विपन्नहितकारिणे नमस्ते स्वरसैन्यानां विपत्तित्राणहेतवे बृहस्पतिः सुराचार्यो दयावान् शुभलक्षणः लोकत्रयगुरुः श्रीमान् सर्वगः सर्वतो विभुः सर्वेशः सर्वदाभीष्टः सर्वदः सर्वपूजितः अक्रोधनो मुनिश्रेष्ठो दीप्तिकर्ता जगत्पिता विश्वात्मा विश्वकर्ता च विश्वयोनिः अयोनिजः भूर्भुवो धनदाता च भक्तो जीवो महाबलः बृहस्पतिः काश्यपेयो दयावान् शुभलक्षणः अभीष्टफलदः श्रीमान् शुभदाय नमोऽस्तुते बृहस्पतिः सुराचार्यो देवासुरसुपूजितः आचार्यो दानवारिश्च सुरमन्त्री पुरोहितः कालज्ञः कालऋग्वेत्ता चित्तदश्च प्रजापतिः विष्णुः कृष्णः सदा सूक्ष्मः प्रतिदेवोज्ज्वलग्रहः इति श्रीगुरुवष्टोत्तरनामस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णं. So these are the 108 names of Brihaspati. You may note what I said earlier, that he is a disciple of Bhargava. You can see it in the names, 108 names. Namo Bhargava Sishyaya means Bhargava means Shukra. So Shukra Sishya. Okay, let us go to Shukra's 108 names. So same Ashtottara Stotram of Shukracharya. And like I said earlier, he gives happiness, comforts, material as well as spiritual. Finally, when we talk about happiness, there is a happiness at the pranamaya kosha level, manomaya kosha level, but the real bliss is the anandamaya kosha, that is the subtlest kosha, and even the vijnanamaya kosha is basically inferior to that. So in a way, he is the guru of even Brihaspati. So he is don't underestimate Shukracharya just because he is of Rajasic nature. Om. By the way, teaching gods is actually, this may be slightly controversial, but teaching gods is slightly easier than teaching demons. Keeping the Rakshasas under check and teaching what is appropriate for them, going to their level is more difficult. So it is more difficult to be Shukracharya than to be Brihaspati. Om. Shukra Shuchih Shubhaguna Shubhada Shubhalakshanaha Shobhanakshah Shubhrarupah Shuddhas Spatikabhasvaraha Deenartihara Kodaitya Guru Devabhivanditah Kavyasaktah Kamapalah Kavi Kalyanadayakah Bhadramurtir Bhadraguno Bhargavo Bhaktapalanaha Bhogado Bhavanajyaksho Bhukti Mukti Phalapradaha Charu Silas Charu Rupas Charu Chandranibhananaha निधिर्निखिल शास्त्रज्ञो नीति विद्याधुरंधरः सर्वलक्षण संपन्नः सर्वावगुणवर्जितः समानाधिक निर्मुक्तः सकलागमपारकः भृगुर्भोगकरो भूमि सुरपालन तत्परः मनस्वी मानदो मान्यो मायातीतो महाशयः बलिप्रसन्नो भयदो बली बलपराक्रमः भवपाशपरित्यागो बलिबन्धविमोचकः घनाशयो घनाध्यक्षो कम्बुग्रीवः कलाधरः कारुण्यरससम्पूर्णः कल्याणगुणवर्धनः श्वेताम्बरः श्वेतवपुः चतुर्भुजसमन्वितः अक्षमालाधरो चिञ्चः अक्षीणगुणभासुरः नक्षत्रगणसञ्चारो नयदो नीतिमार्गदः वर्षप्रदो श्रीकेशः क्लेशनाशकरः कविः चिन्तितार्थप्रदः शान्तमतिः चित्तसमाधिकृत् आधिव्याधिहरो भूरि विक्रमः पुण्यदायकः पुराणपुरुषः पूज्यः पुरुहूतादिसन्नुतः अदेयो विजितारातिर्विविधाभरणोज्ज्वलः कुन्दपुष्पप्रतीकाशो मन्दहासो महामतिः मुक्ताफलसमानाभो मुक्तिदो मुनिसन्नुतः रत्नसिंहासनारूढो रथस्थो रजतप्रभः सूर्यप्राग्देशसञ्चारः सुरशत्रुहृत्कविः तुलावृषभराशीचो दुर्धरो धर्मपालकः भाग्यदो भव्यचारित्रो भवपाशविमोचकः गौडदेशेश्वरो गोप्ता गुणी गुणविभूषणः ज्येष्ठानक्षत्रसम्भूतो ज्येष्ठः श्रेष्ठः शुचिस्मितः अपवर्गप्रदोऽनन्तः सन्तानफलदायकः सर्वैश्वर्यप्रदः सर्वगीर्वाणगणसन्नुतः एवं शुक्रग्रहस्यैव क्रमादष्टोत्तरं शतं सर्वपापप्रशमनं सर्वपुण्यफलप्रदम् इति श्री शुक्राष्टोत्तरं. See, one of the names is Muktidaha, which means the one who gives mukti, moksha, freedom, liberation. So these are the 108 name prayers of Brihaspati and Shukracharya, and you can also chant the shlokas from Vyasa, the mantras from Vyasa that I mentioned earlier. So during this time, especially on April 30, May 1, they happen to be weekend luckily, spend as much time as you can praying to Shukracharya and Brihaspati. And also around that time, if you have any important undertakings, maybe you can find a good muhurta. So on that note, I want to end this session. Thank you very much for listening, and may the teacher of gods and the teacher of demons uplift the gods within us and keep the demons within us under check. Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Yavad Bhumandale Sanatana Dharmo Vardhatu. Visheshatah Bhartakhande America Avarshe Tibet Rashtre Cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much.